Good morning. I'm MJ from Lioness Publications. And this morning, what we're going to look at is the meeting that's scheduled between Trump and Zelenskyy at the White House. Now, it seems that Zelenskyy will be coming with quite a few people from the European community. Not quite sure how many people will be there. On Trump's side, I'm not sure who else will be attending this meeting. I'm not sure if they're going to have a press conference. Now, I am assuming for this chart that the meeting is going to be at around 2 p.m. Could be earlier, but I'm not using the ascendant at all in this. I may take a look when I get the actual time and adjust the chart a bit, but I'm more concerned with the planetary positions. So let's start off. I have Trump in the inner circle, Zelenskyy, the middle, and on the outside are the transits. We're going to look first at Pluto, which is sitting over here, and it has no transits that it's making on either Trump or on Zelenskyy. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is Neptune. Neptune is making a trine to Zelenskyy's Mars. Now, Neptune is actually moving backwards now, so it will be making a conjunction to Zelenskyy's Mars. The trine is a nice angle. It means what? Idealism is being pushed onto the action. So he is going to be acting in a way that is being spurred by the idealism, by what he feels is necessary for Ukraine. Trump has Neptune in conjunct the ascendant. Neptune, in this case, is the idealism, and this is coming to Trump, in effect, his individuality. The break and adjust is that Trump is not seeing the forest because of the trees. He wants to simply have a peace deal. He's not seeing what this will do. So in this case, Neptune, his idealism, is in effect more on him, on what he can achieve for him personally, rather than for what the world can achieve from this. Now, next thing we have is Uranus, and Uranus is not making any angle at all to either Zelenskyy or Trump. Next, we have Saturn, which is sitting right next to Neptune. Saturn is making a trine to Mars. What this means is Zelenskyy's Mars, which is action, his movements, his aggression. In this case, it's not so much aggression because it's a trine, so he's acting. Saturn is a very restrained type of acting, but it's very focused. So he has an objective, and that's what he's going to. Saturn is also making an inconjunct to Trump's ascendant. Again, this is inconjunct is a break and adjust, difficult angle, so it's going to bring out the worst in Saturn. It's also bringing out the worst in what? Trump's individuality, how he appears to the world. In this case, he's going to appear very restrained. He's going to be chomping at the bit because he's going to feel that this is restraining him. He can't claim victory, but it's not a victory for the world. And again, it's a personal victory that he's looking for. Now, next thing we have is Jupiter. Jupiter is right over here, squaring Zelenskyy's Pluto. So Zelenskyy's Pluto is his foundation. Jupiter is the opportunities he's being offered. They are not aligned with his foundation. So literally what he's probably going to be offered at the meeting, he's not going to see as something that moves his agenda. So it doesn't go towards having his foundation. Now, on the other hand, Jupiter is trine his Uranus. So there may be something in the opportunities that he can change, in effect, make better use of, that does go towards what he needs to accomplish. Next piece we have is Jupiter is opposing Zelensky's Mercury. Again, what he's going to be offered, in effect, at the meeting tomorrow, is going to go against the way he is thinking. It doesn't mean that he doesn't change his thoughts, but this is definitely a conflict. Opposition, conflict. So you have opposing parties, opposing opinions, opposing way of doing things. So there's a conflict here. Now, Jupiter is also squaring Trump's Jupiter. So Trump is not going to see any type of win-win here. The square is a stress angle. In effect, opportunities being offered, in effect, do not fit the opportunities he wants. So in effect, some of the things like this, a peace deal rather than a ceasefire, that may be just language for, well, I can't get a ceasefire, so I'm going to try for a peace deal. Meanwhile, Putin has exploded his attacks against Ukraine. If you see some of the charts on the number of attacks since he took office, it is really daunting. So, next thing we have is Mars. Mars is down here. Mars is squaring Mercury in Trump's chart. Oh, Mars, aggression, when it's just something like a square. Mercury, his thoughts, his things coming out. He is not going to be in a good frame of mind. He is going to be combative. He is likely not going to be able to take any input from anyone or listen to anyone else. So he may hog the whole conversation. So that's not a good win, because this means that if it's Mars, combative aggressiveness, there's emotion in that, which means you're not in control. Now, next, we have Venus conjuncting Saturn on Trump's Saturn. Now, this can actually work well in that Saturn is a restrictive force. Usually in our charts, it's where we focus, it's where we're careful, it's where we're deliberate. And Venus can sort of soften that, make us more presentable. So this is, in effect, going to provide an ability for Trump to appear reasonable. Whether, again, because of the Mars coming up here, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to keep that up. Now, Sun, and this is something that's really interesting. And I only noticed today when I had both Trump and Zelensky's charts up here. We have Sun that is going to be conjuncting on Zelensky's Saturn. What is that? It's going to highlight Zelensky being careful, deliberate, focused, steady, versus Sun is going to be on Trump's Mars, which is aggressiveness, brashness, maybe a little out of control. But the thing I just noticed today was Zelensky's Saturn is sitting on Trump's Mars. That means that Trump is always going to feel, because of this Saturn literally sitting on him, that, in effect, he feels restrained. And because of that, he actually pushes back. And he becomes starts unprovoked attacks. It's not that Zelensky instigates that. It's just that's what Trump feels. When someone has a Saturn on your Mars, that's how you're going to feel. This also is an indication that Trump may just not feel worthy. He may feel little when compared to Zelensky. So who is a winner here? I like to say Zelensky, but I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to be a winner tomorrow. I don't think Trump is going to be a winner tomorrow. I think you may see sort of what happened before, sort of where Trump starts getting very aggressive. Zelensky starts coming out with facts and being deliberate, and and that is not conducive. But overall, Zelenskyy has other avenues to proceed. And that's why I think people from the European community are going to be there. So they can keep it from sort of going someplace where it doesn't need to go. So again, no winner here. But going further out, Zelenskyy has an opportunity to, in effect, have some plans of action. But the meeting tomorrow is just not going to be what, he would want as options. And Trump is going to try and force things down his throat. So that's it. Have a good day. And don't forget that I have a website, Lioness Publications. I have services listed on that website. So I do services, for people. And as a note, if there's anything you're interested in, just send me an email. The email is on the website, and I respond within 2 or 3 days. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye now.